I'm Micah Halpern, sitting in for the vacationing Tisha Bader, here with the JBS News Update for Wednesday, September 2nd, 2015. Barbara Mikulski, a Democrat from Maryland, is the 34th senator who announced support for the president's Iranian deal. That effectively puts the deal in the bag. The Senate cannot garner 67 votes to override the president. Bollywood is an expression used to describe how Palestinians shape and frame and choreograph their stories sent out to the media. Two British newspapers changed their story and headlines because they discovered Bollywood at work artificially setting up the story about IDF brutality against Palestinian children. Bollywood set up media's sweetheart provocateurs at checkpoints in Israel. This story was about the Tamini family. A young boy with a cast on his arm was being detained in a chokehold for throwing rocks at soldiers, and his blonde-haired sister and mother were fighting to free him. An IDF soldier had the boy in the headlock, and the sister was biting the soldier while the mother was also pulling at the soldier. It turns out that the girl is famous and is known as Shirley Temper. Her real name is Ahmed Tamini. All three family members are known as media manipulators. The Daily Mail originally headlined the story as "Extraordinary Moment That Desperate Palestinian Women Fought and Bit an Israeli Soldier After He Put Boy with Broken Arm in Headlock at Gunpoint." When they realized their mistake, they corrected it with a new headline: "Questions Raised Over Shocking West Bank Image of Boy with Broken Arm Being Held at Gunpoint by Israeli Soldier After Girl 13 Seen Biting Attacker is Revealed as Prolific Bollywood Star." The Telegraph pulled the story entirely. Timothy Paul Jacobs Wordsworth, a.k.a. Batten el-Ghul, is fighting with the Kurds against ISIS in Iraq. His grandparents survived Dachau, but his parents converted to Christianity and he was taught to love Israel. Timothy was raised to fight for good and against evil. He joined the British Army and even moved to Israel, where he joined the Bratslav Hasidic sect. During his first trip to Israel, Timothy could not become a citizen. He says that he will try again soon. Every place in which Timothy Paul Jacobs Wordsworth fights and defeats ISIS, he tags with graffiti. He writes his graffiti in Hebrew. He writes, "Na Nachman me'uman," which means Rabbi Nachman from the city of Uman. And the phrase that's on his lips, and the lips of all of Bratslav Hasidim. Timothy, a.k.a. Batten el-Ghul, says that he wants to bring sunlight into an area of darkness. According to the interview, he ends practically every sentence with the phrase, "Am Yisrael Chai," the nation of Israel lives on. The head of Iran's elite Revolutionary Guard, General Mohammad Jafari, says that the United States is still the great Satan, regardless of the nuclear deal struck with the Americans and the world power itself and the Islamic Republic's contested nuclear program. Comments by General Jafari, reported by the official Guard website, said, quote, "The enmity against Iranian nation by the U.S. has not lessened and it has been increased." "We should not be deceived by the U.S., Jafari said. "It wants to infiltrate into Iran, resorting to new instruments and methods." For months now, the Guard and Jafari have made it clear that they do not like the deal. Also in Iran, the Basij, the paramilitary group connected to the official leadership, erected a plaque at the site of the U.S. Embassy. It was the site where in 1979, students stormed the embassy and took 52 Americans hostage for 444 days. The plaque was a series of quotes by the Islamic Republic's founder, Ayatollah Khomeini, about the evils of the United States. Just over a dozen people came and burnt U.S., Israel, and British flags. A few days ago, the British reopened their embassy in Iran. Summer is coming to an end. This August was the second hottest month on record since 1935, when Israel started recording temperatures. There were two very long hot spells in August, with temperatures ranging as high as 49 degrees Celsius, which is 120.2 degrees Fahrenheit in the Arava and the Gilgal. One must look for humor in the news, even when dealing with Hillary Clinton's emails. Journalists were stymied when they saw an email sent from Clinton to two top aides from her private email server at clintonemail.com. The subject bar read, "Gefilte fish." It was not code, The email was about a conflict between Israel and the United States. Actually, it was on the eve of Passover, and the shipment of fish was stuck in Chicago. The fish needed to be in Israel to make the holiday delicacy as soon as possible. An Illinois Republican congressman was hoping she could raise the issue and solve the problem with Israel with Foreign Minister Ehud Barak. Out of all the problems that the U.S. and Israel deal with, this problem we can probably solve, she wrote. And now, for the rundown of tonight's broadcast on JBS for Wednesday, September 2nd, 2015. Immediately after this JBS news update, at 6:30 is my show, Thinking Out Loud with Micah Halpern. Then from 7 to 9, there will be a debate on the Iran deal hosted by Rabbi Mark Golub with calls from viewers. I'm Micah Halpern, and this is today's news update from JBS.